My brothers and sisters in Africa, there are certain things going on. I just want to speak about it. When it comes to Africa, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationship, it seems to appear in a one way. What I've realized in Africa, or from my own perspective, my own analysis, videos I've been watching, from my own analysis and a small research I've done so far, I came with the conclusion that most Africans think that marriage is all about giving birth to children. So I've not married. Sometimes when I'm working like that, I meet some friends. Oh, yes, Samba, you have not married yet. Are you not ready to give birth to children? So that's one thing I've realized. So I can go to a place where I'll meet some new people. Why are you not married? Why? You don't want to be the head of the family? So beside this, I'll get to a particular place where more people say, oh, you are getting older, get married. With all these three things that I've been hearing, like it seems to appear that our society, most of us have been programmed on marriage is all about giving birth to children. You are getting too old, so you must marry by force. Like, don't you want to be a head of the family? Like a position, that's all. So I got to realize that these are some of the things eating up our marriages break up nowadays. You might not be ready to get married, but you're married because you are getting old, but you are not ready. Second, you might get into marriage just because you want to be the head of the family. That's all. So that you can also be part of your friends who are also a head of a family. The third one, just because my friends are having children, I want to also have children. My dear brothers and sisters, please, this is not all about marriage. These are some of the things eating up in the marriages of nowadays. Yes. I think marriage is not about all this. I'm not saying it's not. It's part. But it's beyond that. Marriage is not about giving birth to children. Yes. So most ladies, because they fall into the victim, I just want to also get married, then have children. Ooh. Let me tell you, we can have children. That is okay. It's also part of it. But the fact about all these things is that marriage is not about giving birth to children only. It's not about being the boss only. It's not about getting older. It's about companionship. Marriage, I think, is about partnership. I think marriage is about partnership. That's why in African society, because we don't see marriage as a partnership, you realize that everything is on the man. Everything is on the man. So you realize that the man is the boss. He's the one, like the woman will not do absolutely nothing in the house. Everything is on the man. To provide everything is the man. So you realize that as we have the perception that the man, everything is supposed to be him, you realize that when the man is providing and the man dies, then the family become miserable. I'm not saying the man shouldn't be the head of the family. That's not my point. Marriage is not about head of the family only. Marriage is about partnership. I may say some of you may give me colonization, what and what. Yes, understand. But the point is that if you can copy some people to develop positively, there's nothing wrong with that. Copy something wrongly is what is wrong. But copy something to make it positive impact in you, there is nothing wrong with that. So you realize that if we see marriage as a partnership, I'm telling you, your woman will be supporting you, giving you idea. You are doing your wife or your husband or your partner should be your partner. You should be partners in business. I know sometimes, women, when you involve them, then they try to be boss. Yes, there are some instant cases. But I think we have to also consider the positive aspect. Because the moment you are the head of the family, when you die and there is nothing left, your family, your children become miserable, because nowadays nobody will take care of your children. We are not there. I must be very frank with you. Your husband, your wife should be your partner in business. When I say partner in business, doesn't mean that you are doing the same business, but giving ideas. You get it? If you are the head of the family, does not mean you don't have to listen to your wife. And as a wife, when you're giving your husband idea, does not mean that you have to sit on him because you are giving the ideas. You try to mean that you're all the same. So I think marriage is all about partnership. Bring ideas, and you are doing something small. Not everything is supposed to be on the man. Let's be very frank. That's why men are no more living longer, because the moment every pressure is on you, so the moment you're no more there, then the family become miserable. Check our societies. Go to our villages and see. Go to the remote areas. Even not the remote areas, some of us are still facing these problems now, because everything's on the man. So immediately the man pass on, then the family become miserable, and nobody will take care of your children. I'm telling you. Oh, I have family. Yeah, I have auntie. Yeah, I have what and what. If you're no more there, nobody will man your children. I must be very frank with you. Nowadays world that we are living, everyone for his own, God for us all. That is the naked truth. I'm very frank with you. Let your husband do something. Let your wife do something. Don't let everything to be on you as a man. You will stretch yourself and even die early. I'm not saying you shouldn't provide. I'm not saying you shouldn't be the head of the family. But what I'm trying to say is that let your man, your woman do something. I will not let my woman do something because I'm the boss. Yeah, you will leave early and your children will suffer. I'm telling you, there are number of men who are no more there and their children are suffering today. They have to go to the cities to hustle. Some of them may not even come home. They may end their life over there. The women, some of them will not even get a proper place to sleep, and they will end up being to a place that we don't even want. My dear brothers and sisters, we must be very sincere. My African brothers and sisters, marriage is not about giving birth to children only. If that is the only thing, a dog can do a very good job. Yes, once with 5 or 15. It's about taking good care of your wife, planning a strategical way of raising your kids. We don't plan in Africa when we want to get married. We don't plan. The only thing is that we just want to produce. After producing, God will take care of them. I've been hearing about this. When I was doing my services in one of the village, when I went there and they were asking me this question, oh, why are you not married? I said, oh, I have to establish myself somehow better. Because I'm not so much comfortable about myself. Why bringing somebody? I may bring that person. It seems to appear that person is even a burden on her. That person is the one bringing more problem on me. Meanwhile, it's not so. So I'm not prepared. Oh, my dear brother, just get married. If you get married, God will provide. If you get married, if you are one, God will provide one. Because you are not two. If you marry, God will add. Will provide two. Say, get married, blessing will come. And I laugh. Really? So is that a mindset of some of us? So you see the problem? So they'll get married and they are suffering. Their kids, they cannot raise them. Then they become obstacle in the society. They are waiting for somebody somewhere to come and help the kids. They are waiting for NGOs to come and help the kids. We need to change our mindset, my brothers. These are some of the things I've been facing when I go to some of the villages. These are some of the things I do here. Yes, these are some of the funny things I do here. God will not throw any miracle from anywhere. Yes, if you're not prepared, you're not prepared. Take your time. We don't plan before Africa. We don't plan before we get married. We get married because all the friends are getting married, so I have to get married. We get married because I'm getting older, I have to get married. Who is telling you that marriage is all about getting older? Okay, fine. Some of you may disagree. Okay, you've given birth because you're growing older. You die and the person is no more there. Who is going to help? You let the child come and suffer. if you give birth to a child and don't take care of that particular child, and then you make the person's life miserable, you are a curse. I didn't ask you to give birth to me. If you know you can't take good care of me, leave me where I am. I'm going to be very frank with you. So they will give birth to the child. They will leave the child's life for them to be doing whatever they can to survive. Why? If you're not ready, don't give birth. Getting older is that no guarantee you to give birth to let the child to come and suffer. My dear brothers and sisters, I think we must be so harsh on ourselves sometimes just to let the cat out of the bag. I think we must be very frank and speak truth to ourselves to let we know that things are not all right. I think we shouldn't be pampering ourselves and be laughing for too long. We have to face the reality. So I think we, the young one, has to learn. Don't get married because everybody is getting married. Don't get married because you are getting old. Don't get married just because I want to have children. Get married and know that you are prepared for it. You can take care of your kids. You can take care of your wife. Yes. If you know you can't, don't give them and don't let the child to come and suffer. If the child come and suffer, a curse is on you. The child didn't ask you, beg you to bring me on earth. We must be very frankly with ourselves. Let's start this accommodated thinking. God will provide for what? My dear brothers and sisters, thank you so much.